Hey everybody. So tonight I am going to talk about indefinite pronouns, something, someone, somebody, anything, anyone, and anybody. This page came from Basic English Grammar, 4th edition, published by Pearson, authors Betty S. Azar and Stacy A. Hagan. So I don't own this material. I am just simply trying to teach the concepts out of it to, of course, help you improve your English. Um, so what we're going to look at first here are the affirmative statements. A, we have Mary bought something. Mary saw someone, and Mary saw somebody. In affirmative sentences, a form of some is used, something, someone, or somebody. Someone and somebody have the same meaning, and somebody is more common in speaking. In negative statements, Joe didn't buy anything. Joe didn't see anyone, and Joe didn't see anybody. Negative sentences, a form of any is used, anything, anybody, or anyone. Anyone and anybody have the same meaning. Anybody is more common in speaking. So let me talk about these two a little bit, and then I'll get to the last section of questions. So when we are looking at these words, first and foremost, we have someone, somebody, and something. Then we have anyone, anybody, and anything. The key words here, one and body, okay, or thing. And this is going to determine when you use these words. So first and foremost, we do know, again, these are used as what is known as an affirmative statement. Also think of a positive being the opposite of negative, okay? And here we are going to know, well, we know based off of what we looked at, these are going to be negative statements, okay? And that is when we use a version of any for positives. That is when we use a version of some. Now, body and one, as stated earlier, are interchangeable. So they are the same thing, okay? And I like to think of these referring to a person, okay? So a person. And same here for the words anyone and anybody. Now, anything and something, the keyword is a thing, right? So that is going to be an object. It is a noun, right? But it could be an object, unknown, like a shadow, something that I see, but I'm not sure of. That could refer to many things. Some examples, it could be a computer, a table, a desk, a chair, car. So these are just different examples, and hopefully I'll by the end of this video, you'll understand the difference, right? And so I want to just show you some examples. So first, we're going to look at affirmative statements, positive, and then I'll make the same sentence or statement rather as a negative. So I saw a movie with, so that is going to be, here we have my subject, I, our verb is saw, okay? And I saw a movie. That's a complete thought. I can complete the sentence there, but I want to be a little more specific. I could always finish it with Juan or a person, right? With James, with Tom. I could name an individual to complete this sentence, to be as specific as possible. But to practice someone or something or anybody or anything and to know the difference, here I would put, I saw a movie with someone or somebody. Okay. Why is that? Because this is an affirmative statement. It is, in other words, the opposite of a negative statement. It is positive. I saw a movie with, and in that case, we use a version of some. Usually, if you're watching a movie with some, you would usually do that with a person, right? A person. And so in that case, I am going to use the word someone or somebody. In that same statement, on the negative end, I didn't see a movie with anyone or anybody would be the correct sentence. I do want to point some things out here. So to make this negative, you'll see the contraction didn't, okay, which means did not. So didn't is did not. You'll also see that the verb see is in simple tense, simple present tense, opposed to the word saw. Okay. First and foremost, because it is negative, we're going to use a version of any. And because we usually watch a movie with a person, we use anyone or anybody. To explain this, the verb do, the past tense is did, right? The action is already completed. When I say I did my homework, I didn't do my homework. In that case, the following verb is just in simple present tense. It doesn't have to be a double past tense. Whereas here we have our subject plus verb. I saw. That makes it past tense. There isn't a that is the first verb. It's the main verb. So that's why this one is past tense. Saw being a past tense form of the verb see. So let me give you another example using maybe something and anything. Okay, so I put something in my pocket. This again is past tense. There's a couple of things I do want to point out with this that could be confusing. So the negative version would be I didn't put anything in my pocket. So first and foremost, in my pocket, right? So your jeans or your shorts or your pants, they have pockets. So I put something in it. That is an affirmative statement, the opposite of negative. The main clue is I didn't use a word like not or wouldn't or doesn't. And so that makes it the opposite of negative, in which case I then am going to use a version of some. And in this one, if I said body, somebody, or someone, you wouldn't put someone in your pocket. They wouldn't fit, for one, and it's not logical. Of course, I know you're learning English, so the idea, understand, learn the vocabulary. Your pocket is in your jeans, and then someone, when you see someone or something, or I'm sorry, somebody, that just refers to a person, right? So what type of verb can you do with a person opposed to an object, something, or anything that fits into your pocket? Okay. Also, this one, that's something I wanted to point out. Put is an irregular verb. The present tense of put is also the past tense. So it's an irregular verb, whereas in the present tense is put. And then our past tense, usually a regular verb, we put an ed at the end. But in this case, being irregular, such as the words eat and ate being past tense, they don't follow the rule of adding the ed, okay? So when I read this sentence, I put something in my pocket, that is a completed action. It's past, just with the period here. I put something in my pocket every day. Now it is present, okay? I will put something in my pocket every day. That makes it future. And that's just to show you how to use the same verb put and how the sentence would change from past to present to future. So here we have future. I will put something in my pocket every day. I will put something in my pocket every day is your present, because it's a simple present with a regular routine, a regular occurrence. And then when I remove this every day, now the action is completed. I put something in my pocket. Okay. I do want to show you another example with a regular verb, hopefully to demonstrate this a little better. I walked with someone. Okay. So here the action is completed, past tense. That is a regular verb, ed. It is a positive statement or affirmative. It's not negative, right? To make it negative, I would put I didn't in front of it. Okay. That would also remove the ed here. I'll show that in the negative sentence. But for positive, we have the ed, no, not, and usually, I mean, this, you could put something, I walked with something in my pocket. That makes sense. I walked with a toy or a quarter in my pocket. But here, the most common answer, the most likely, I guess, would be I walked with someone at the park. That's a more common expression or a statement, rather. It isn't wrong if I had something, but the context of the sentence has to match, right? If I put I walked with someone in my pocket, that's not correct. It doesn't match because one refers to a person, okay? And in my pocket, again, something in my jeans, only an object or a small item can fit, which is a thing. And again, we know we use some because this is an affirmative statement, positive. On the negative side, I would go, I didn't walk with someone. Okay. I didn't walk with something. Oh, I'm sorry. Anything in my pocket. Whoops. So here, if you didn't realize I made a mistake, I didn't walk with anyone. Okay. So negative, negative. So now we use any instead of some. So anyone, I didn't walk with anyone. I didn't walk with anything in my pocket. Now notice here, we don't have to put the ed. It's not necessary because did is the past tense of do, right? Okay. In the present tense, I would say, I do walk with someone. I don't walk with someone. Okay. this would be present tense. And it still follows the same rule. This is present, so there's no ed. Positive, I don't walk with anyone. Whoops, I did it again. So I didn't walk with anyone. When it's negative, I don't walk with anyone. And when it is positive, I do walk with someone. For future, we go, I will walk with someone. I will not or won't, either or, walk with anyone. Won't or will it is a contraction, a negative contraction. All right, I won't walk, and when it's a negative, it is a version of any. When it is positive, it is a version of some. Okay. Now these are again statements. Okay, so that means it ends in a period. It is a complete thought. The action is done, completed. Before moving on to questions, another word that kind of comes to mind is does or doesn't. And these are used for a third person. So he or she, or you can be specific and use a name, a third person, a specific pronoun, right? So he does walk with someone. She doesn't walk with anyone. Same thing. It has to be he or she in this case, or if I wanted to use a name, I could say John does walk with someone. I could finish it like that, or I could be more specific every day. She doesn't walk with anyone after school. Doesn't, again, has to be third person, he or she. Okay. So hopefully that explains a little bit better on when to use something, someone, somebody, anything, anyone, and anybody. And then the last part here is the questions. Did Sam buy something? Did Sam buy anything? Did Sam see someone? Did Sam see anyone? Did Sam see somebody? Did Sam see anybody? In questions, a form of some or any is used. Something or anything, someone or anyone, somebody or anybody. Okay. So what this essentially means is in a question, it can be either or. It's correct. Okay. So didn't Sam see someone? Did Sam see anyone? Did Sam see something? That's correct. It depends on how you how the person speaking what they are referring to. Did Tom see something? Didn't Tom see something? Both are okay. Did Tom see anything? Didn't Tom see anything? Okay, so notice here, negative, negative, and I'm using a form of some or any, and they're okay. Here I'm using a positive, and these are completed actions, past tense. Notice the difference for a question, the word did comes before the subject. So opposed to subject plus did or didn't, we're going to have did or didn't plus subject, okay, for a question. So that would be our format rather. Did Tom, in this case, Tom is our subject. Okay, did Tom see something? Did Tom see, didn't Tom see something? They're all correct in this case because they're questions. We can use either some or any. And in this case, as I asked this question about Tom, maybe I am talking about a crime scene, and maybe I think Tom saw something, an object or a car, and I'm asking possibly a friend or a classmate, hey, didn't Tom see something like a car drive by, or maybe a shadow, or somebody getting picked up and driving away? Um, and that could be um, one scenario. Another scenario, I could be talking about a pet. Maybe a pet ran away. Did Tom see something? Maybe the pet walked to the neighbor's house, or maybe um, somebody left their keys on the table. And did Tom see something or anything? Um, Anything refers to Tom's Tom's vision or what he saw, right? I could also say, did Jessica, changing the subject, see someone? It's correct. Did Jessica see anyone? Right. So these verbs, they can change. Um, so that of course changes the meaning of the sentence, and then it also alters whether you're going to use someone, something, or anything, or somebody, right? Did Jessica, here, I'm just going to change the verb. Did Jessica eat with someone? In this case, the verb is eat. So when you go to eat, um, maybe for lunch, you don't eat with an object, right? Unless um, you don't have somebody to go with, maybe. I mean, it's more normal that Jessica or me or you, we're going to eat with another person, right? And that's when we use the words someone, somebody, anyone, or anybody, because an action like eating refers to with a person. So did Jessica eat with somebody? Did Jessica eat with anybody? Both are okay. The reason why, it is a question. Okay, so hopefully this video helps clarify a little bit on when to use something, someone, somebody, anything, anyone, and anybody. I hope to get more videos out to you guys to help you improve your English. Feel free to contact me and let me know what you would like to see or how I can improve these videos or clarify in any way. Thanks very much for watching, and good luck to you in your journey in learning English.